Using FBI statistics, I'm going to discuss the felonious killings of police officers between 2010 and 2019, and the one thing that will likely be the difference between winning or losing. Between 2010 and 2019, 511 officers have been feloniously killed. I subtracted 38 of those officers from that number who were killed by other means in order to focus primarily on firearm-related deaths. The purpose of doing this research is an attempt to discover the reason or reasons why officers are being killed by gunfire. In order to more closely justify my findings, I found that 15 of those officers, whether they fired their gun or made an attempt to fire their gun, went unreported. So I subtracted those 15 officers from those 473 to bring the total number of officers feloniously killed between 2010 to 2019 by gunfire to 458 officers. Of those 458 officers, 263 of them did not attempt to use their firearm. 18 of those officers may have attempted but did not use, and 70 of those officers attempted but also did not use. And out of those officers, 107 of those officers actually fired their weapon. That brings the total number of officers who were able to fire their weapon to 351 out of 458. That leads me to believe that the number one cause of officer-related deaths by gunfire is the officer's inability to put themselves in a position to win. The psychological process that's more widely taught now that puts officers in a position to win is the OODA Loop process, which is a four-step decision-making model. Observe, orient, decide, and act. To orient yourself quite literally means the direction you are facing in relationship to your goal. If you are not orientated correctly, then you may never observe, in which case your chances to decide and act are severely diminished. In order to be oriented in a position to observe, you need to have a high level of situational awareness. While we are oriented and we are observing, we are gathering information that gives us the opportunity to decide what it is we need to do next and then potentially act. While you are orientated and gathering information, that's going to help you identify and, if necessary, prioritize through deciding what is the biggest threat and then acting on that threat by mitigating it. Statistically speaking, it appears whether you win or lose is going to come down to your ability to identify the level of perceived threat, putting yourself in a position to win in order to give yourself time to act, and then having the skills to carry you through that encounter.